if you have leftover pasta, which, like, let's admit, could be a rarity, but if you have leftover pasta, put it in the fridge, let it sit for a day or two, and then make this recipe. Or just make the pasta ahead for this recipe. I guarantee it doesn't disappoint. A couple of months ago, I think it was, I posted a video, something along the lines of this meal cost me 60 cents, and it was potato fritters. Someone commented on that video and said, oh, I do something like this, but with pasta. My mind was blown. I was like, wait, what? You can do that with pasta? So I did a little research, and today, because I have leftover pasta from last night's dinner, which we wouldn't have had leftover, but I intentionally made more to try this recipe, I scoured Pinterest, the internet, TikTok, Instagram for some kind of fritter to make with leftover pasta. And here's what I came up with. Okay, my 4 ingredients, plus I'm gonna use seasoning. I have leftover pasta that is chilled. I think you can use any pasta for this. I don't know, this is just like tiny noodle, tiny macaroni. This is the Trader Joe's brand that looks like, but instead of the penny, it's the tiny little macaroni. So this is just what I'm using. So give you a reference point on the pasta for this recipe. But again, I'm pretty sure you can use any pasta. I have 2 pieces of bread that I'm gonna toast, make breadcrumbs, 1 single egg. This is the only egg in my house. Eggs are like what, $3 a piece right now? So this would be budget friendly in another dimension. This dimension it's not. And then I also have some cottage cheese. You can use any cottage cheese. I'm just choosing to use the fat-free because it's what I like, what I keep on hand. You can use anything. For seasoning, I'm gonna use this. You can use any seasoning, but I thought, you know what? This is gonna be good because it's kind of like a pasta, pizza, I don't know. Pizza makes wow. Pizza meets pasta. I feel like it needed a little tomato-y kind of flavor, so we're gonna use this. Every recipe I saw on Pinterest called for breadcrumbs. I don't have breadcrumbs. I just have 2 pieces of bread. So we're just gonna toast it up, extra toasty, and make our own breadcrumbs, basically. To a bowl, I'm gonna add the egg. About 1.5 cups of this pasta. I'm just gonna eyeball it. I don't need to measure it. Eyeballing's good. That's about 1/2 cup. We'll do a little more. About that much. You could definitely measure it if you want to. Be super precise. I'm not gonna go that far. I went ahead and just mix the egg into the pasta, as you can see, and now I'm gonna add in about 1 cup of cottage cheese. Again, I'm just eyeballing this, and then we'll see how it looks when we're done. I just eyeballed it, and we're gonna stir it up, wait for our breadcrumbs, and then move on to the next part. And when I say breadcrumbs, I really just mean wait for our toasted bread, which is like the same thing, right? I went ahead and added about 1 tablespoon of that seasoning just because I know it's really, really good and flavorful, and I want these to be absolutely delicious. And I was just thinking these would be so good dipped in marinara. I need to see if I have marinara on hand. My toast is toasted. And I have an idea as to how to get this into breadcrumbs. I'm gonna take my mini food processor and grind it up. It's not quite as toasty as I should have toasted it, but it's gonna work. Okay, here's where we're at. I think this is like the perfect amount of breadcrumbs. It's at 1/2 cup. That's close enough. It's kind of like bready still, but I'm not mad about it. Mix, mix, mix. We'll see the outcome. All right, let's get the oven up to 400 and get a little pan prepared. Okay, now that I did this, I feel like they would probably be better if we put them in a food processor and blended them up all the way. I don't feel like this is gonna stick, so I'm gonna do that. BRB. Okay, experimental round. We are going to bake. I have a little bit more here to experiment with if these don't work out, but you guys are along with me for the ride. Definitely feel better about this, about them sticking together, holding together. I know you can fry these too. I'm gonna bake them. So let's pop them in the oven. It says 12 minutes, but mine look completely different than the ladies on Pinterest because she did whole noodles and I'm doing, I guess you could have like formed them into like a better, stickier ball, but I feel better about this. So let's pop these fritters in for 12 minutes. I just need you to know that this is like an experiment we are doing together. I have no idea if this is gonna work out. I have few, I mean, like, is it gonna work out? I guess you saw in the beginning whether I told you whether or not to make it. I think we'll be okay now that I food processed them, blended them up. Okay. They just came out of the oven. It worked. I am in literal shock. I was like, I'm gonna open the oven and they're just gonna be like a mushy mess. And I'm gonna be like, dang it. Like, I'm gonna have to think of something else for lunch side. We're having an early lunch today. And I'm like, oh, what am I gonna make? What am I gonna make? It worked. Okay, I'm so pumped. So pumped. We do have marinara here. I'm gonna make some boca burgers to go on the side. I'm not gonna show you all that, but I'm gonna share with you these little fritters. And like, they're technically like high protein because of the cottage cheese. The original recipe called for Parmesan. I substituted cottage cheese. I'm like just so happy. Okay, you guys have come with me for this experiment and I'm like, this is gonna be really good. I have more to throw in the oven. I was waiting just to see. I bet I could like pan fry these too. Like not with oil, but like heat a skillet really hot and then like fry them on either side. You guys have to make these. I haven't even tried them yet, but I know they're gonna be good because the ingredients are phenomenal. So why wouldn't the fritter be good? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're super hot because they came out of the oven. I don't think you're gonna be able to get like the full, what I want to express to you from these, but they are crunchy on the outside and they're super soft because of the cottage cheese, because of the pasta. I am so excited. I feel like I just unlocked a whole new level of a meal. Guys, if you could smell these. So I'm gonna let these cool for a little bit. Like I said, we are having an early lunch because if you did see, it was like 10, I don't even know what time it was when I started that. I preheated that, and it was like 10:30 or something. I let them go for 14 minutes. The original recipe said 12, I let them go 14. You guys, these look phenomenal. Thank you so much as always for hanging out with me in my kitchen today. I hope you really like this recipe. If you have some leftover pasta, highly, highly recommend. I will type the recipe down in the description box for you down below if you're someone who wants to follow a recipe. Obviously, I kind of measured with my heart, but I will put like actual measurements down below. But I feel like this is something you really can't mess up, to be honest, because it worked for me and it tastes really good. Dip them in marinara, okay? Love you much. I will see you in a new video soon. Bye.